When Kanye West challenged access into the fashion industry, some considered it a baseless rant. But for other African Americans, he might not have been that far off. Consider this, only 6% of models in 2013's February Fashion Week were Black. We visited Harlem, and Harlem is no stranger to fashion. In fact, fashion pioneer Lois Alexander Lane created the Harlem Institute for Fashion and the Black Fashion Museum. At the Harlem Fashion Row offices, they're trying hard to get more minorities access into the fashion world. Let's take a look and see how it started.
Harlans Fashion Row was started from an idea that I had when I was at a show in Brooklyn. I was sitting there watching the show, and an idea hit me that I wanted to do that type of show in Harlem. I had been in Harlem at that point for 2 years and hadn't been to any fashion events. Not that there weren't any, I just hadn't been to any fashion events like the one that I was at in Brooklyn. And so just kind of started planning it from there.
Why designers of color?
Like, I didn't even know how bad the situation was for designers of color until I really started to research and I literally went through every single designer that's on Macy's website, that's on Saks Fifth Avenue's website. When I kind of added it all up, I made a little spreadsheet. It was less than 1% of those designers were designers of color.
Tell me what are you gonna do with Christy today?
I just kind of wanted to speak to her and go through her collection. We've already spoken on the phone to kind of go through what her vision is.
Well, let's go see the collection.
This is one of my big ball skirts.
Okay.
And it has different layers of tulle underneath it.
And what have been some of like your best silhouettes, your best selling silhouettes?
So far, the ball skirt, and this is my Glory Train top. And the Glory Train top is short in the front and it has a really long train in the back. So this has been really popular for me. They usually wear it with a pinto skirt, which is another one of my key item, favorite, best-selling pieces.
Okay.
And the reason why is because this has stretch in it. And all women love stretch because it's flattering to the body.
I'm here with our panel, and they're gonna fill us in about this topic. First, we have Henderson-Daniel, the founder and CEO of Harlans Fashion Row. I'm joined also by Jessie Adore, who is the founder of Adore Daily. It's a fashion blog as well, and she has her own fashion label. And I'm also joined here by Nikisha Aline, who is a personal stylist as well as the founder of the Ministry of Fashion. Ladies, we're gonna jump right into it.
Okay.
Kanye West.
So will you say that part of fashion, the fashion world, is racist?
Yeah, I say classist and controllers.
Why don't you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself?
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
Kanye.
You ain't got the answers.
Is what Kanye saying to the public, is it baseless or is there validity to his argument about the access into the fashion world?
He's certainly speaking the same frustrations that I feel every artist, particularly every designer, has been feeling. It's very difficult. Money is a huge factor with the economy worldwide as it is. If it applies in the same way to a Kanye West, I'm not sure. I feel like every designer, when trying to be an entrepreneur, has a certain learning curve, regardless of your stature or any previous industry that you've experienced success in.
I think he might be seeing himself as, I'm Kanye West, and this should be easy for me, and I should be able to get these things done, but you are Kanye West in this area. You're not Kanye West over here.
So, I mean, it's like he still has to prove himself.
He
still has to
Yes.
prove himself
Absolutely.
in the fashion
It's not just
world.
an acceptance, it's prove yourself, I think.
Any designer that goes out there and says, here's my concept, and people throw you money.
Exactly.
It doesn't
Right.
work like that.
It doesn't.
It's, here's my concept, here's what I've done, here's how successful it's been. Okay, now investors want to invest in you.
Brandis, what do you think about the diversity of models in last year's Fashion Week versus what we're coming up on?
Well, I think that the situation with the models kind of mirror what's happening with designers right now. So I think it's a little bit of a pipeline thing. If you look at the Asian models, I believe there were 9% of Asian models that were on the runway last year, but then there's also an increase of Asian American designers that are coming up now. So I think that as long as we kind of have this challenge with designers of color, it may be difficult for us to see a huge improvement when it comes to models of color on the runway.
What about some of the black models that we have on the runway today?
But we should be surprised because, as Brandon has just mentioned, there was a point in time a few decades ago where that was the temperature, but it was also beyond just designers. It was our culture. We had black TV shows. It was like Black Fist in the air. It was hip hop. So we started tuning in to just these particular faces. Like, I can identify a Jordan Dunn, you know, and that was supposed to just blanket and represent all models. So if we just see these 4 faces, 3 faces, if I can recognize Chanel Iman and I see her in enough ads, then it tricks me into believing that there is enough of a presence until I see the runway show.
Okay, that's good. It's like psychological. I mean, it's almost like psychological plotting.
Exactly.
Those few faces. Okay, speaking of Chanel Iman and Jordan Dunn, what about Beyonce?
See me up in the club with 50-11 girls, posted in the back, got my fangs in my grill.
I love what Beyonce did because she just came out and she did things her way. And, you know, it was kind of a statement, I think, to all of us that what are the rules? You know, and that the rules really are meant to be broken. I think that Kanye West probably has looked at what she's doing, and I'm hoping that it has some influence on him, but not just him, on all of us.
Everyone looked beautiful, and you know, yes, I think that there should be more, you know, models of color on the runways and in fashion. But I mean, we are a beautiful people. I mean, why does it have to always, you know what I mean? It's show beauty.
Yeah.
You know,
She
just
really
show
displayed our culture
the beauty.
beautifully.
Yes, and you know, from the light to the dark. You know, it's just beauty that she showed, and it was art. It was art, like we were talking about earlier.
Why is it important, you guys, to have diversity in fashion?
I think in any area of art, you get the best product when there's different perspectives and when there's lots of perspectives at the table. Who knew that the music industry was missing hip hop? We didn't know that, but hip hop now has global influence.
Subcultures.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, fashion is the same thing. We don't know what we're missing right now because all perspectives are not at the table.
People of color, we're seen regardless. The way we dress is seen.
Flashy.
It's seen, and and it inspires people. It provokes a response.
Ladies, this has been an excellent conversation.
Yes.
And I hope that we've taken a step forward here to bringing more diversity into the fashion world. And I hope that you feel that you've taken a step forward by joining this conversation. So tweet us your thoughts about Kanye West. It's been a few months, but you know, he still has his ideas, and maybe it's not a baseless rant. So tweet us your thoughts at Kristen L. Pope TV and tell us what you think. Tell us what your dream for the fashion world is. Here to take us out is Christian recording artist Ronald Julian.